So step 3 now is from the driver entry area around to the rear of the vehicle, including the underside of the vehicle and one rear axle. So as we look at that now, this is a bus obviously, so it doesn't have a driver entry door. Some buses do. If that was the case, you would be going down the driver's side. On this vehicle, the driver entry is a passenger entry. So I can talk about this passenger door now, or when I do passenger items later. Either way, we're going to get it. But I'm checking the lens, the glass here, to make sure it's not cracked, broken, pitted, obstructed. It's properly mounted. The seals around it are intact. The seals on the door are pliable and not loose or cracked. And the door swings freely at the moment I have the air release on. So my door is swinging freely. And when we get to the passenger items, we'll talk about the step and the floor and things like that. So from here, I've already mentioned my mirror. As I come down the bus, I'm going to talk about the condition of all my lights. So up above that door, I have a reflector and light unit. It's amber. It's not cracked or broken. And the two screws holding it in place are where they should be. Next to that is a camera. That's not part of the test. If you want to get onto that stuff, that's okay, but you won't get any extra credit. Here I have 3 lights. I have an external step light here, or illumination. One of the little grommets here that keeps that screw looking pretty is missing, but it's not loose. The lens isn't cracked or broken. I have a turn signal here and 4-way. Screws are intact. The seal around it is in place. And this light here is to alert us when the vehicle is kneeling, and that would be accompanied by a buzzing noise or a beep 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 for passenger entry. As I look down my bus, I'm looking at all 4 windows down here, making sure that they're not cracked or broken, obscured, and I see all the seals around them appear to be intact, and none of my emergency exits appear to be not properly locked. They all appear to be properly shut and flush with the door, with the bus. As I come down, I've already checked my front axle, and on this set of instructions I'm not asked to do this one again. I've already shown that I can inspect on the other side. So as I move down the bus, I'm checking my mud flaps as I go down, making sure they're properly mounted. They're not hanging loose, they're in the right place. As I go further down, well, here I have my fuel door, so I need to check that, make sure the doors lock and they open properly. Yes, it's a mess in there, but I need to check that my fuel door is properly latched. I don't see any rust around there. We have a brass cap that prevents sparks, which will prevent fires, obviously. I don't see any leaks, so that fuel cap is in good condition. Then if I was to look underneath the bus here, because I've got a fuel tank under there, I'm looking to make sure I don't see any leaks, which indicates to me my fuel tank is not damaged or broken, and it's properly mounted. The straps and the hangers that keep that in place are where they should be. Remember, the instructions asked me to include the underside of the vehicle. Now, we've already checked our exhaust system. The underside of the vehicle also includes the frame and the drive shaft. Now, on this vehicle we've got a real short drive shaft. I'll check it when we get to the rear of the rear axle because it's real short. But the frame on this bus is straight, it's not cracked or broken. I can see parts of it as I look through the wheel arch, not very clearly, but the longitudinal frame members, or the frame members that go from front to rear bumper, are straight. They're not cracked, broken, no unusual welds, and the cross members that keep that frame straight and square are in place. None of them are loose or missing or bent or cracked. Moving my way down, still checking things like lights. Here is another illumination for the rear door step. That's not cracked or broken, firmly mounted. My other reflector unit here, amber reflector unit, and light, not cracked or broken, and the screws holding that in place are intact. This door won't open because it has air, so I check again the glass to make sure that's not cracked or broken. I check the seals around the door to make sure it's pliable, it's not cracked or split, and the seals in here, I don't see any cracks or splits, and it feels pliable in here as well. This little step illumination, although dirty, is not broken or cracked.